up with the Wheelhouse? How's everybody doing? My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading. If it's your first time on the channel, please subscribe, select all, make a comment if there's something that you'd like me to talk about or answer. And let's talk about the markets. Let's talk about crypto. Let's talk about stocks. Let's talk about everything going on. So yesterday, actually last night, 2 nights ago, so I'm filming this the day before you're seeing it, and the night before that I was watching Bitcoin over here. I was watching this Bitcoin right over in here. It was kind of flirting with this 44,000, and it started to fall. And I could, I wanted to stay in the ribbons, which I did, but I could barely sleep because, I was very curious of what was going to happen. And I got up really early in the morning, and it tried again, and it rejected, and I got out of it. I had to reverse all the trades, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. I had to reverse a whole bunch of them off the 1 hour using this method. All of them were still profitable except for 2 of them, which were less than a 1% loss. But as I reversed the trades and went short, they are all more than profitable again. So yeah, just trend trading, directional trading. If you have a system, you have conditions to get in, and you know when to get out. As long as something doesn't happen where it goes up and then fails like immediately on you. But there's conditions that keep that probability really high, so that when you take a trade, that doesn't happen as often. Profitable, reverse it, profitable. I wanted to talk a little bit about something here. Now, I organized my chart, and it probably looks a little crazy to you guys, but just kind of wanted to go over something here real quick. So the way that charts work and the way that markets work, there's always going to be a catalyst. It'll just show up in the volume and the price action, and it'll create a new direction. The goal, if you're going long, is to enter in when the accumulation phase starts, and there's specific conditions for that. As an example, this is an accumulation phase. It came down. And then you got your conditions, you got your blue ribbon, and you went above the 200, and we're on the daily. And then, you get the blue ribbon and off you go. And I drew this line right here to show you guys, how the pivots work from the accumulation to the peak, from the peak to the bottom pivot of the accumulation, back to the peak or all-time high pivot. And then, it comes back down, and there's 2 things that can happen. There's 2 things that can happen, and I wrote this in here, moment of truth. So there's a couple things that can happen. Okay, as this is coming down, okay, it creates a pivot, it creates a process, it has a double touch, and it starts going in an upward direction. You can see that. It's going up, it's coming down, it's going up, it's coming down, and now it's starting to go up. Now, along the way, there is all kinds of ups and downs. I mean, just in here, as it's going up, there's all kinds of ups and downs on every daily candle. And then there's these impulse bull flags, and the purple candles are down days. But overall, it's going up. Just like over here, there's more purple, but there's some green days in there, green, purple, green, but it's coming down. So eventually, this thing, I believe, is going to come to this line right here, which is 45,537. And what's going to end up happening is it's going to make a decision. Okay, it is now. I'm leaning towards bullish, and I have reasons why. Okay, first of all, it's come down, it's pivoted, it's made its process. It's going to take its time, like I've said in multiple videos. There's going to be shakeouts. There's going to be catalysts that move markets. There's going to be things that happen, but essentially, this thing is moving up. Now, it came all the way up to the 44, which is a very sticky, very tough support and resistance, obviously. I mean, we've been dealing with it for a long, long time. Now, it came up, it tried multiple times. Usually when you see the wick hit it 3 times and it fails, it's usually like you got to abort. Like three wicks is usually like you have to abort. Just looking at patterns on charts, like stocks, crypto, everything. So that's a warning right there. Okay, it comes down. However, I do see multiple things on this chart that are very positive. Well, it was positive, but then now that I'm recording, this blue cloud is tightening up because of the pressure. But look at the wick has been pushed up, so the bulls are coming in. So if I were to go to the 1 minute, yeah. So yeah, see, it's on the 1 minute. There's been some movement. Okay, it's trending up, not significantly or anything, but enough to like make me notice that enough to make me notice that this wick is being pushed up. Now, we have a pivot, we have a process, we have the cloud. Now, look at the red ribbons. They're tightening, okay? That is a very good sign. When the ribbons tighten blue or red, it's like a directional change. That's almost like a doji. Like if you know technical analysis, then you know right here, as this thing is coming all the way up, you have this huge wick up, this huge wick down, and you have this doji, which is indecision and usually means a directional change. Well, what happens? Directional change, first lower high, red cloud, it's time to get out right on this candle, okay? It confirms the downtrend with the red ribbon, and it does its whole thing. It finally hits the bottom, and it starts trending up. Now, I do think that this thing is going to head up, but I think that it's going to touch, it's going to go up, and it's going to touch just like it did, and it's going to make its way up, and those red ribbons are going to turn blue, okay? It's just that the poor markets are really struggling right now because there is a tough time with the Russia-Ukraine thing, the inflation, the rate hikes, a lot of uncertainty, just a lot of things, wage inflation, product inflation, supply chain shortages, a lot of problems out there going on, a lot of uncertainty too. We don't know what the Fed is going to do. Is it going to be 50 basis hikes? We don't know what Putin's going to do. Is that going to affect the rate hike? There's just a lot of stuff, and the markets don't like uncertainty. But from looking at charts going back over 100 years and studying this stuff, and the things that I see, there's a couple really bullish things that I do see, and that is giving me some confidence and some hope in Bitcoin, which will affect a lot of the crypto, the market, even the alts. Right now, there's not a lot of volume coming in. Volume is, in my mind, probably the most important thing. Trend, volume creates the trend and the price action, the momentum and the price action. So this is all probably pretty normal, that it came down, touched, came up, resisted, touched, came up, resisted, touched. It's probably just going through its process on its way up to all-time high by Cinco de Mayo. Now, this is what I was looking at on the chart. And I know I have a lot of lines, and I'm going to keep them here because every single line on this chart has a specific meaning. And I'm following this thing very, very closely. You can make a lot of money with Bitcoin. You can lose a lot of money. So, for me, being a technical analysis type person, I keep an eye on a lot of different things going on, and I think about it. Now, one of the things, and I've told you guys on YouTube, and I definitely told you in the courses, that when it comes to the accumulation phase, the participation phase, and the distribution phase, you have this 200 that not only shows trend, but it acts as, it also is somewhat, even though it's a very large lagging indicator of 200 days on the daily, there's something that it tells you at specific moments. So in the accumulation phase, when everything comes down, the 200 will come down and it'll flatten out. And when it flattens out, it's ready to start the blue ribbon and start making a directional change, which is an uptrend, as you can see with the blue ribbons, the price action, as well as the 200 going up. Now, when there's distribution, which I teach you about in the courses, and all this crazy stuff happens, this is like classic distribution right here. It's on the Dow, it's on a lot of things, and that's why I was able to tell you guys months ago, back in September, like, hey guys, get out of margin, move to cash, protect your money, stuff's kind of probably come down, and if it doesn't, we just rebuy, no big deal, okay? But you want to protect just in case, because the odds, the probability when certain things happen is that it will continue to go down, and it did, just like you saw the doji in the lower high, and it did, right? So back to the 200 is it flattens in the accumulation, and then it goes up, and then in distribution at the top, it also flattens. And then it comes down, okay, and the downtrend, it comes down, and then it flattens before it goes up, okay? There's every time that there's a pivot at the top, pivot at the bottom, pivot at the top, pivot at the bottom, there's a flattening of the 200. So as you can see right here, there's a flattening. As you can see at the top, there's a flattening. As you can see after it comes down, before it goes up, there's a flattening, okay? Now, as the 200 is going up, there's a flattening right there, okay? Now remember, it's a lagging indicator. Okay, then it comes down. Well, look what it's doing. It's flattening. And it's flattening straight, and it's flattening right here. Now, here's the kicker. You're getting the red ribbons are tight. Okay, this is very, very good. You have found the pivot, which all charts will do. You have the process for the directional change. You've created enough momentum, got rejected, which is probably normal. And then boom, rejection, normal, and you're going through your thing. Now, it could be a double top to a fail, and that's why I drew this yellow line in deeper, and then I have this blue line going long. Now, what's going to happen is right in here where I have moment of truth, what I think is going to happen is it's either going to come up, okay, and it's going to come up through here, and it's going to, keep climbing its way up, okay, it's going to do that, and by then it'll have blue ribbons, and I think the ribbons will go blue right around here, and then we'll be in a confirmed uptrend, okay? Now, that is scenario one. Scenario two is it comes up and it gets really tight, and then it fails, and it comes down, and it creates, more lower highs. So you got, just look at the major one, call it, if it peaked right here and came down, that'd be 2, and it would follow this trajectory. Now, if this thing comes up, down, and down even more, if this thing continues to go down, then, Bitcoin is done. So let me ask you, do you think Bitcoin is done? Do you think that all these people, all these institutions, countries, banks, all these people holding it on their balance sheet, like MicroStrategy, do you think that they're not going to protect their bet? Do you think that, I personally think that when this came down, it was because a lot of people that had big money, big fishes, whales, institutions, fund managers, they wanted Bitcoin and they didn't have it. Okay, retail had it. We were ahead of them. This market got dropped so that they could buy it, and then it ran up. Okay, and now I feel like they've done it again, and I feel like they're going to protect their bet. And I know that the way that institutions and fund managers are trained is that they look at the pivot, the process, and then when it gets above the 200, it's the first sign of a bull trend. Then it has what's called a trend reversal, which is the official sign that you're running. Now, before that happens, the 200 has to flatten out. It just has to go through its process, and this has to make a blue ribbon. Okay, we are extremely close to making a blue ribbon on the daily. It has been many, many, many days. We had a downtrend for a while before it even went to red. So it takes a while to go up before it goes to blue. The fact that this is coming to this line, that we've created a new direction, and that we are flattening here, and that the way the charts are working, I'm leaning towards that it's going to go up. Okay, even though I'm short temporarily. Okay, and that's just because I'm directionally trading. I make money up, I make money down. There's a lot. You can make money like hour to hour, minute to minute, day to day. You can do a lot with crypto and stocks, like if you know what you're doing. And if you don't, I can teach you guys how to be so sick and just make money constantly. Just get in the Discord. It's in the description, in the link. The link to the description is in the description of this video. Is what I'm trying to say. Sorry. So another thing you have to look for is that off of this line right here, it didn't break the line. It came down, it wicked, but the body, the purple body closed above it. Another bullish sign. So I just think that this thing is going through its process like crypto always does. And, eventually it's going to make its way up. But I do think that if it does fail, it's going to be failing right around here, around the end of February 28th. I think that something big is going to happen because all the geometry, everything lines up from supports to pivots. Every single thing lines up to this date. I mean, every single thing lines up to this date. Well, March 28th, sorry, February 28th to March 1st. So it's going to be right in that area somewhere. Now, what else? Okay, so let's just look at something really quickly here. Okay, so okay, this is linear regression, okay, that I put on the charts, these pink lines, and what they are is they're deviations from the middle, which is this yellow line. So if you notice, I know there's a lot of lines on the chart, okay, but if you notice, line 1 is right here, and where does it line up? It lines up at a perfect support. Line 2 deviation is right here, which is pretty close to the peak and all-time high, and it was the previous all-time high peak, just so you know. The third deviation we have not hit yet, but we're supposed to hit. We were supposed to hit in December, and that's 71,206. Okay, so the deviation is showing that we are still trending down. We are still trending down. However, isn't it funny that I had drawn this in, and the deviation is exactly, the pivot lands exactly at the standard deviation, which is 2 deviations lower. Now, let me show you something, because you guys know that I always say that Bitcoin is the Tao of crypto. So let me show you guys something else real quick. Okay, so I had explained to you guys about the primary trend, okay? And, you know, I had explained how you need to listen to the market. You need to go in the direction of the market. When the market is good and happy, you go up with it. You see that doji, there's your first lower high right there. I told everybody to get out. We go directionally down until there's a pivot, okay? You need to identify the pivot. It just happened to be it created a floor. I don't know if you guys can see that. See wick 1, wick 2, established a floor. It happened to be on the 200 and was a perfect pivot. There's the doji for the directional change, okay? Now, we run it up because we run the direction, okay? There's the doji, okay? Now we run it down, okay? There's the doji, directional change. Then we run it up. There's the doji, directional change, okay? Up. Now we teased, we went back up into the primary trend, and then we failed, and that's when I made that video, and I was very nervous. Now we have red ribbons, you know, we have the red cloud, we're back out of the primary, and I had said, look, we're coming down, and you know, we might do something like this and start beating our head on this downtrend, because this is not the primary trend anymore. This is the new primary trend, which is trending down. And I had said a few videos back that we could go as low as this number right here on the Dow, 29,728. Now I know that's scary, and I know that's a far drop. Many stocks, not necessarily indexes, but many stocks like PayPal, Facebook, Alibaba, a whole bunch of them, they'll come back to the previous peak years ago before its accumulation phase and new bull run. They'll have the distribution top. That's what this is. This is the distribution top, guys. And now it's making a new primary trend, which is creating lower highs in a downtrend. And I made the yellow line so you can see the directional moves. Now, it might do something like this, and it could come down and just test the lows over here at 33,309, or it could come over here to 30,545, or it could come, like a lot of charts do, all the way down to this 29,737, which would be about a 4,500 point drop from where we're at today. Since we're making 500-600 point drops almost daily at this point, I mean, we'll be down there soon at this rate, you know? So now, what I wanted to show you was the deviation, okay? I wanted to show you the deviation over here on the Dow. Now, look at this. Okay, notice how the top and the top were exactly 2 deviations up. Now, the bottom, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay? This is This is exactly, wait, hold on. The middle is the yellow, right? And notice how the yellow, the main line, it crosses perfectly. See how it crosses perfectly off these pivots? Yeah, this is crazy. So it makes me wonder if like algorithms and like quants are being set specifically to this. So you have this old previous pivot low right here on the Dow that comes across. It just happens to be the pivot here, and it just happens to be 3 deviations, okay, below. Now check this out. Okay, so check this out now. So this linear regression right here, it's showing exactly, boom. There's the peak, and it shows. Okay, here's the regression line basically. Okay, showing the downtrend. Okay, that's your reversion to the mean. Okay, and it's catching up to the 200 that's going up and flattening. So your regression's coming down, your 200's going up, and they're about to meet. Okay, now either they're going to cross or something is going to happen, like a change in direction. And if the change in direction, then all these pinks and yellows, they'll turn a little bit, and this one will start to not come down, it'll go up. And that's what you want. But if you notice, even on the small regression, which is a lower time frame, you go up 1, 2 again. So on the downward low time frame regression, you're 2 deviations from the top again, and then from the bottom, you're 1, 2, 3. 2, 3 on the up long and the down short linear regressions. So yeah, so this is I hate to say it, but I mean it's not coincidental. I mean, this is being followed to a T. I mean, like when it hits these specific pivots, just like, people know about supports and resistances, but when it hits specific deviations and pivot points, like I had showed you back on Bitcoin. Sorry, let me go over here. Okay. So like I had shown you back over here, you have these trend lines. Now obviously like a major primary trend would be going up on the inside, but I'm just showing you from peak to peak, from peak to valley pivot, from valley to peak upper pivot, from peak to valley lower pivot, and then boom, all the way back, or we make another major lower high and everybody gets out of crypto. Let me know in the comments what you think. My personal feeling is the markets are touch and go. There's a lot of catalysts that are in the news. There's a lot of fear out there. I don't think that it is going to break the all-time low. In fact, I'm not even sure that it's going to test it. And if it does, I'll be wrong. But here's the thing. A lot of people with a lot of money are going to have a lot of explaining to do. That got into crypto, that put it on their books for their clients and private client services if they don't protect their bet. And I know how these guys work. They're willing, if they put in 100 million, they're willing to put 4x in there, another 400 million to quad down, to pull it in tighter and not take such a loss. This is how they're going to do it. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about real quick was just kind of wanted to show you guys basically, let's imagine you have a bunch of longs in your portfolio. Let's imagine you have stuff that got hit hard today, like Palantir, Nvidia. Well, everything got hit. I mean, it was just all kinds of stuff got hit. But what I want to show you is, let's say you don't know how to spot really premium technicals like I do, and I'll show you a couple premium technicals. I'll give you the tickers, and I'll tell you, hey, these ones are good to go long. Hey, these ones are good to go short. But let's say you didn't know all that, and before this video, and you had a bunch of longs in your portfolio. I've mentioned multiple times there's a way to hedge. I figured out the hedging so good that I did a simulation with, I think it was $3 million, and which if you don't know, when you have a lot of money, you know, and you have a bunch of longs and they go down, you can lose a lot really fast, just like you can go up really fast. So when you have a lot of money, it's really good to make smart decisions. Okay, usually that'd be based on fundamentals, technicals, stuff like that. Right now, it's not so much a fundamentals market, unfortunately, but it certainly is volatile and tradable, and the technicals really can work. In fact, today was a horrible day. Well, today meaning yesterday, and I started out really down, and I put my foot on the gas on a bunch of shorts and a bunch of hedges. It actually was not just a little bit profitable, but very, very profitable yesterday. So I want to show you guys something. So you can come in, and let's say you have a whole bunch of longs. You just come over to like SDOW as an example. Okay, SDOW means that the Dow is coming down. It's getting more and more red. Just throw SDOW on, and you know, put the dollar amount that equals like all of your positions, or you know, split it up between the Russell, the Dow, the SPY, and the Nasdaq, and then count the shares of all your longs, and then the dollar amount value, and then find the happy medium. And I was able to do a hedge where I was able to literally, I was negative 13,000, and I was able to hedge it by calculating all the shares and all the money and dividing it up and weighting it a specific way. And since the market was coming down, what I did was I made it an even weight, and then I added 10% to all the hedges to go down. So I weighted it, and that created my equity curve to barely come down. I was, with $3 million, I was going up and down only $2,000 from 13, from 11 to back to 13, 13 to 15. I had the hedge so tight. Basically what you're doing is you're putting a pause on the market. The market is super crazy and your longs are going down. You need to stop it. You need to clamp it down. You need to put the hedges on there. Boom, 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 boom. And you need to you know, find the happy medium. And I'll tell you, the happy medium is count the amount of shares across the board, and the dollar amount. And if you really want to get even more technical, what you could do is say, hey, you know, these 6 or this amount of shares and this amount of money that are in the NASDAQ, and then you could hedge it, and you could weight it a little heavier to go down on the hedge, or to protect with the hedge on the inverse against that. So, you know, like, let's say you had 6 NASDAQ stocks, and it was 10 grand each, and it was 60,000, and it was, just call it 100 shares each. So you had 600 shares, 60,000, and 6 of them. And so 6, 6, 6, okay. And then so you would grab your inverse hedge on the NASDAQ, which would be SQQQ. And you would put in, you'd say, okay, well, I got 60 grand. And, you know, I'm going to put in a little bit more. I'm going to put in 10% more. So I'm going to put in 60,000, 66,000 essentially. So you're 10% higher on the weight. So as the longs are going down, this one's coming up, but it's keeping your equity curve nice. And then you do that for the Dow, your Russell, and your SPY as well. It's saved my butt like tremendously. In fact, I got so good at this. And I also got so good at spotting all the different types of markets and then putting a playbook together for each market that works exceptionally. The markets rotate. That's why I have different systems for different environments, different time frames, different systems, and I have it figured out really well. Now, I promised I would show you a couple really good stocks, so let's go take a look at a few. This one is called Grin. As you can see, there's the accumulation. You're above the 200. You got blue ribbons, and you're trending up. It's pretty obvious, right? Pretty obvious. So Grin, Grin. Another really good one that I got is Star Bulk Carriers. Okay, just got this. Again, above the 200, trending up. Okay, it's hard to find good longs in this market. However, bases are being formed, and there are some bullish behaviors out there. Peabody, BTU. It's an energy company. Got it. There's your blue ribbons. You're above the 200. Safe to be long. Okay, what else can we give you? Antero Resources. I told you I picked it up a while ago. Now, what's interesting about this one is I realize this has a 3-year cup and handle going on. And I picked up on this over in here, and we rode this whole thing up, and then it kind of came down, and now it's making blue ribbons. And I think this is the handle, and this thing is about to bust out of this breakout right here, coming like any day. And it happens to be in the energy sector, which is on freaking fire right now. So I just grabbed it again. Again, above the 200, blue ribbons trending up off a major cup, and the handle breakout is coming, I think. Another one, SM Energy. Okay, it's been a little choppy, but still trending up above the 200. You could be long on that. I told you I picked up gold, and I thought it would be smart for you guys to think about that. I picked it up, and it's moving. And it's just worst case scenario. It's a cash park, and it saves you. Just keeps your money balanced. But I think gold would go up for you. Those are a couple. Obviously, NRGU is triple leverage, again above the 200 and moving. Now it is coming down, and this would be very painful, these candles right here. So I exited, but I'm looking for that first blue candle, and then I'll re-enter because we're obviously in an uptrend, and you can make a lot of money with this. And I've made a ton of money with this one. So those are a couple really good ones. Here's another one that I like is HCA. It's you're above the 200, and it is about to turn right now, and I just grabbed it. Another one that I like that I just grabbed today is Zim, and I've run this thing 3 or 4 times, but you can see this thing is an overall uptrend. That's what you want, even in a rough market. Now, what I'm showing you is what's called emerging leaders. Okay, these are showing enough strength that they are becoming the new leaders of the new run that's coming. Okay, so this is showing an uptrend. Zim, transportation, energy, gold, coal, palladium, lithium. That's where you want to be. Everything else, you want to be using inverse trading or shorting, which I don't think you should short individual stocks, even though I am doing that. And I'll just show you a few. I'll just show you a few. There's nothing like great or crazy in here, but look, just came right below the 200, just opened that. It's got a couple in here that I just did. Even McDonald's, look, red ribbon starting, it's a little dangerous above the 200. I don't know, I don't really have that many going on right now. I just kind of started doing that, but there's a couple in here. Nothing crazy yet, no big money yet. But yeah, this is another one for the long that could be good. I just got the blue ribbon, you're above the 200, I just grabbed it. So that one, that's what you want. You want to catch it right at the beginning. See, if you would have caught it here, you would have went all the way from here to here. So you want to identify these specific moments in the charts. Okay, so if you would have bought it here when it went from red to blue, you would have bought it at 42.87. Just call it 43. And let's say you sold here at 73. That's simple math. $30 gain. Okay, you get out because you have the conditions that I teach you in the Discord, and then boom, you wait for it, and there's the blue ribbon. Off we go. Emerging leaders. So think about the pivots. Think about if you think that Bitcoin is going to be going down to make a lower high and scatter the entire crypto industry, and we're going to crypto winter, by the end of this month, or if you think that this is just part of the process, the catalysts are rattling markets, and those red ribbons that are tightening are about to turn blue as the 200 is flattening and we're about to run up. I'm going to go with the bullish scenario myself. And I will trade that directionally when I get the confirmation. Again, get in the Discord. Right now, I'm doing the entire year, the annual Jedi membership, where I teach you technicals, teach you all about fundamentals, all about markets, blending earnings, shorting, market tops, everything about markets, and all the hidden secrets too. I teach you all that, and I'm doing it. It's half off. It's about $665 annually instead of the $99 a month, which is $1,200 a year. Use code GREENLIGHTS. So you click the Discord link in the description of this video, and you sign up for Discord, you verify, okay? You can come in there for free. You can be in the chat rooms, the crypto and stock chat rooms for free. But if you want to upgrade, just go to start here and do subscriptions, and when you go to annual, type in GREENLIGHTS, and you get half off right now. And everybody pretty much that is subscribed is pretty much an annual member at this point. They've all upgraded. You can learn a lot from me. I can help you. Just so you know, I did 94,000 yesterday when the market was all coming down. And I did that because I know how to move fast. I know how to directionally change. I know how to put my foot on the gas. I know what I'm looking for technically. And, I'm sure it was a pretty hard day for a lot of people. I could teach you how to hedge. I could teach you a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know. And, you can just come in there for free, ask everybody what they think. Or what they think of me and the courses, and if they're learning, and I'm pretty confident that they're going to say some pretty good stuff about it. So You're in good hands, and it's all about, we just want to make some money, you know. So yeah, let's just real quick, let's just go take a peek back at that um, Bitcoin. Looks like it's coming down more. It has come down even more. Rejected off the 200 on the minutes, created the clouds, the ribbons. I'm trading off the 1 hour right now because I'm moving quick. I mean, you can lose a lot of money trading on the daily on stocks or crypto, especially crypto, but stocks too. Like the daily is where I want to be. That's the goal, but we're nowhere near the daily. We got to be on the hourly right now. Hourly and down. So hourly 45, 30, 15, 5 or minute. And I was spending a lot of time on the minutes, but I'm trying to trade highly successful momentum trend tradings with specific conditions off the hour, and I'm doing really good with it. I can trade any time frame and any system, but you know, the most successful highest win rate that I have, it's smaller wins, but it's on the minutes. Now the wins will be bigger. Like, okay, so the wins might only be like, you know, 250, 1,000, maybe 5,000 tops on the minutes. But look, you can see on the hour, this is at 23,000. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, the time frame and the system depend on the market environment, how volatile it is. The more volatile, the lower the time frame. The less volatile, the bigger the time frame. I'm in the middle on the hour, and if you successfully meet all the conditions, you can make more money the longer the time frames go with my systems. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Come in the Discord. It is free. Again, if you want to sign up, go to Start Here and use green lights as the code to get half off. And I hope to see you in there. You'll get one-on-one coaching with me. You get 10 hours of that. You get the Wheelhouse Wednesdays group trainings. You get all the courses. You get all the areas opened up that you won't see when you first come in there, plus the trade alerts. So yeah, hope to see you in there, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.